Another day, another story. In order to save their daughters from being stolen by suitors, Khalidji families typically marry off their daughters between the ages of 16 and 20 and pull them out of school by the 8th grade. The practice of bride selling among the Roma community in Bulgaria has been a long-standing tradition, though it's important to note that it's illegal and widely condemned. The phenomenon involves young women, often underage, being married off to suitors in exchange for money or goods, sometimes with the consent of their families. This practice is not exclusive to Bulgaria and has been observed in other Roma communities across Europe. Welcome to Tabo Eminent Channel. It's crucial to approach this issue with sensitivity and recognize the complex social, cultural, and economic factors that contribute to such practices. Poverty, lack of education, and entrenched gender roles often play significant roles in perpetuating these traditions. Efforts to address bride selling must involve a multifaceted approach that addresses these underlying issues, including education, economic empowerment, and legal enforcement. Human rights organizations and governmental agencies have been working to combat bride selling and protect the rights of vulnerable individuals, particularly young women and girls within Roma communities. However, addressing deeply ingrained cultural practices requires sustained effort and collaboration across multiple sectors. In Bulgaria's Stara Zagora, a controversial bride market is organized every spring where young girls who are virgins are paraded in front of suitors who bid on them. Known locally as the Gypsy Bride Market, girls are seen in long velvet skirts and brightly colored headscarves, with gold jewelry shining on their necks, fingers, ears, and teeth, as per a report in the New York Times. Tradition. The 18,000-strong Khalidji Roma clan in Bulgaria, a subset of the Roma people who face constant prejudice and exclusion across Europe, gathers annually for their largest gathering at the market. The market is held on the first Saturday of Orthodox Christian Lent. They engage in intricate discussions over a bride price that usually results in marriage. Consequently, this is among the limited chances for youth to interact with other Khalidji and possible life partners. The clan does not appreciate dating, and outside marriage is also frowned upon. Good looks command the price. An ethnographer of the Bulgarian Academy of Sciences, Velcho Krustev, claims that the man is not buying a wife but her virginity. According to him, the bride's new family will treat her properly because of the cash. Hristos Georgiev, aged 18, negotiated with the father of 18-year-old Donka Dimitrova, and bargaining narrowed between $7,500 to $11,300. As per the NYT, this is well more than a year's worth of the average Bulgarian's wages. The boy said that he saved the money while working in Cyprus. Explaining the process, he said, "If she's really beautiful, the price can go up to $13,000, and great beauty might even fetch $21,000, as per the outlet." Women's point of view. In order to save their daughters from being stolen by suitors, Khalidji families typically marry off their daughters between the ages of 16 and 20 and pull them out of school by the 8th grade. Khalidji women have historically lit the flames for their husbands' crafts and woven dowries for their daughters. They work as assistant tinsmiths, mothers, and wives. Education is not seen as a priority, and 1 in 5 Bulgarian Roma women are illiterate. As per the estimates by the World Bank, only 10% of women have secondary education. Ms. Dimitrova, who attained higher education than most girls in the clan, believes that one shouldn't look at the money but at the person, his way of speaking, thinking, feeling, and all the rest. Her cousin added that money is no guarantee that the marriage will last forever. They can still find another better one 10 days later. Complexities involved. According to the documentary Young Brides for Sale by Malene Larson and Alice Stein, the concept is more complex than it seems. The bride market is an ancient tradition essential to the Khalidji identity, which is why this custom has survived. But these days, most girls have an element of choice, albeit shaped by family pressure, when it comes to whom they wed, the Swedish filmmaker said, as per news.com. That doesn't by any means justify the disturbing idea that women are property that you can sell, bid on, and buy. and how that shapes these girls' lives from day one. They are brought up not to discover who they are and their ambitions, but instead to obey and serve their future husbands, she added. The documentary offers a close-up view of the financial struggles faced by a traditional coppersmithing family. A couple spent the equivalent of a week's wages to dress their young daughters for this crucial day. If the girl is not a virgin when you sell her, they will call us whores, sluts, and disgraceful women. Khalidsi women must be virgins when they first marry. It is very important because a lot of money is given for virginity, the women of the family stated. In light of the prospect that parents may choose to give their daughter's hand to a wealthy man rather than a poor one, even if the girl is in love with the latter, the young girls acknowledge that the market is scary. There are some cases where a boy and a girl love each other, but the girl has dark eyes, and if the boy's parents are wealthy, they won't want her as their daughter-in-law. They will want a more beautiful one, the daughter said. Bride selling within Bulgaria's Roma community is a complex social phenomenon deeply intertwined with cultural traditions, economic factors, and gender dynamics. While illegal and widely condemned, it persists in certain regions, particularly in rural areas where traditional customs hold strong sway. In these communities, marriages are often seen as alliances between families, and the exchange of money or goods as part of the marriage process is not uncommon. However, the practice of bride selling takes this to an extreme, where young women, sometimes as young as their mid-teens, are essentially treated as commodities to be traded. For many Roma families, especially those living in poverty, marrying off their daughters can be seen as a way to alleviate financial burdens or secure a better future for them. Additionally, entrenched gender roles and limited educational opportunities for girls may contribute to a lack of agency in deciding their own futures. Despite efforts by both governmental and non-governmental organizations to combat bride selling and protect the rights of young women, challenges remain. Legal enforcement can be difficult in remote rural areas where traditional practices hold sway, and there may be resistance to change from within the community itself. Furthermore, addressing bride selling requires more than just legal measures. It necessitates tackling the root causes, such as poverty, lack of education, and gender inequality. Initiatives aimed at empowering women economically, increasing access to education, and challenging harmful gender norms are essential parts of any comprehensive strategy to combat bride selling. Ultimately, eradicating bride selling requires a concerted effort involving multiple stakeholders, including government agencies, civil society organizations, community leaders, and the Roma themselves. By addressing the underlying factors driving this practice and promoting gender equality and human rights, progress can be made toward ending this harmful tradition. Thanks for watching. Request you to subscribe the channel